Have you torn your latex and worried how much it will cost to fix? I'm going to show you that it's actually cheap and easy with a little bit of know-how. Welcome to Rubbly Workshop. Hey, it's so good to have you back for our 4th episode of Rubbly Workshop. Last episode, we taught you how to fix seams that came loose. Easy enough. But what if the latex was torn? It's an easy accident. Walking through somewhere, catch the material on something and bam, it's torn. In most cases, it's actually quite repairable. I should mention though, it's not as easy to make these sort of repairs invisible. Depending on where and how large the tear is, it will show. Thinking back to our version of a stitch in time saves 9, although we don't do stitching, I don't know, a glue in time? Who knows? Why don't you decide on the new catchphrase in the comments? Here's a Latex hood a friend gave me to fix. You know who you are. He managed to get a small tear just in the side here. And this will be an easy tear to fix that we'll cover in this episode. Next episode will be a little bit harder, but enough about that for now. Have a look at this tear. It's not far off a seam. This could almost be an invisible repair if the tear was right along that seam line. We're not so lucky today, but we're going to do our best in spite of that. We're going to need to patch this hood, so we need some spare latex. Fortunately, this latex is the most common sort used in our world, 0.4mm black. If you've worn latex for long enough, you'll have a feel for the thickness. Anything thinner, even 0.3, it'll feel different. If you're really unsure, grab a pair of calipers and measure the thickness. We usually buy our sheeting from Radical Rubber. There's other sellers like Supertex or MJ Trends. For one repair, this can get expensive with minimum order quantities or surcharges for short runs. A better way to get spare latex for minor repairs is to get some scrap from your mates. Search for your local rubber scene, or even a latex crafters group. You'll find websites and even Facebook groups that are usually private. Reach out and find out if anyone has any spare. They may sell it to you at an affordable price, or at the very least, just give it to you as long as you cover shipping. We also have basic scrap packs available on Rubbly Store. Once we've got our hands on some scrap, let's get started. It goes without saying that the hood needs to be washed first. So let's unlace it, wash it, and rinse it thoroughly. Now it's clean, let's gear up. Get those gloves on and a respirator mask. Make sure you're working in a well-ventilated area. A reminder, if you ever feel unwell, stop working and get away from the glues and solvents immediately. Let's have a look at this tear. Using a ruler, we'll measure how long it is. We've taken the measurement and it's up on the screen. The tear runs diagonally, and we could use a patch that is this tall and this wide. Let's cut that now. See this little bit here? It's from that fold that Latex have done around the neckline. We'll just glue that little bit into place when we start gluing. Our patch will cover the tear generously. The area will be slightly bumpier from the patch. Like I said, tears are harder to fix, but we have to do our best. A patch that's aligned to this seam line should make it look less obvious than a narrow diagonal patch. We want to blend the area in a bit. Get some solvent on a rag. Let's clean both parts, both sides, and about 30mm either way, surrounding it. Nice and thorough so it's ready for repair. Trying not to undo the fold here. Oops, it looks like the Latex label isn't safe when the solvent is used for cleaning. We'll just remove this label now, but it doesn't really serve any purpose. Now, let's clean the patch. Find the dull side and give it a wipe. Keep track of which side that is. Now, clean the shiny side. This is the side that we'll be gluing, because it'll be applied on the inside. Give it a few minutes to uncurl. To make the tear look as invisible as possible, you'll want to hold the tear close together while applying the masking tape. Tape it on the outside where you're not gluing or patching. Take your time doing this. The better you do this bit, the better your repair will look. Let's put some tape on the back of the patch we've just made. There's two reasons to do this. Firstly, latex curls when you apply solvent. Tape helps to stiffen the latex. Secondly, tape helps prevent stretching when you apply the patch. You don't want to stretch either side when putting two pieces of latex together, or else they never sit right. We'll take a little bit of tape off so it's easy to peel off when the patch has been applied. So, this patch is going on the inside of the hood. We need to glue the shiny side of the patch. Apply a fine layer with no overlapping, like I've mentioned, all over this patch. We'll do the same over the area we wish to glue. Putting tape around the section you're gluing is ideal, but if the surrounding area is curved or bumpy, it can be a bit awkward. In this case, I find it easier to just glue the general area sometimes. We can wipe the excess glue off with solvent afterwards. Give it all about 5 minutes to let the glue get tacky. With 5 minutes passed, let's apply this patch carefully. We'll roll on the patch like so. A tear that's tightly held together is less conspicuous as well. Let's remove the tape from the patch, now that we're done applying it. As you can see, I've made this patch a bit longer than we would expect. I did that so we could trim it precisely to the neckline. Grab a rotary cutter and lop it off right at the end like this. I'm not too happy with this wrinkle I've just spotted in the patch. Let's apply some solvent underneath and see if we can make the patch sit flat. There we go, much better. When you're happy with everything, give it a bit of a pinch to squeeze any air bubbles out. When it all looks good, reinforce the patch with your seam roller. We're all done. Let's clean any excess glue. Apply some talcum powder and give the glue 24 hours to cure. When 24 hours has passed, give it a rinse and polish it up. And look at that, good as new. A repair for a fraction of the cost of replacing it. I'll give this hood back to my friend, and I'm sure he'll be most pleased. Coming up next episode, we'll revisit those leggings from last month. They have a tear, but it's a fix that needs a little more skill, and you can have that skill in next episode. Join us in 2 weeks. Hey, thanks for watching Rubberly. Looking for a way to support the channel? Check out Rubberly Store. Simply visit rubber.ly and click the Store tab. At Rubberly Store, we have the Crafter's Gift Box, the ideal start to your latex making journey. We also have Shine by Rubberly, a lightweight latex shine and dressing aid spray all in one. Shine by Rubberly is handmade right here in Sydney with love. Every purchase helps keep our channel going strong. Your support means the world to us. Happy crafting.